So I'm going to save time, I'm going to pause it as usual and then find it to read it from the book and see what the energy is that we're working with. Okay, Aries, I've got it here. And Wolf is about the shadow side, obviously, as well, intuition and learning. And yes, the third house is about learning as well, study. But remember, it always the yin and yang sign is the other side of the third house is the ninth, which is also education and higher learning, your belief system, things that are changing. So learning definitely comes into this. So the meaning is when it is the right way around, but I will read both because it makes more sense, and we are dealing with both ends of the eclipse. So the meaning of wolf, the way it's pronounced in this Druid animal deck is foil, and it says that the wolf brings a strong sense of faithfulness, inner strength and intuition, but the wolf brings learning too. Sometimes you need to cross barriers, to take risks, to go beyond the limited compass of normal behavior in order to learn and grow. Although crossing these boundaries may seem unattractive, even painful, you need not fear the inner power and strength you feel when you spend time alone. Come to know your deepest self, and even in the darkest places you will find courage and spiritual companionship. Now, how amazing is that? That would resonate because that's the right side to obviously your the other end of Gemini, which the opposite sign is Sagittarius, and that would be your ninth house, looking at it prospectively from the sun, moon or your rising sign. The reverse, meaning which is how it came out and which would resonate with where the eclipse is in Gemini, and that is, you may need to come into a new relationship with your sense of aloneness in the world. Behind a fear of loneliness may lie a fear of your own inner strength, fierceness and power. Learn to trust this and to come to know your deeper self. Through dreams and intuitions you may come to learn more of the hidden side of your being, which is sometimes called the shadow. As well as there being lone wolves in the world, you should know that the wolf is a faithful animal which often mates for life. In tradition, it is considered lucky when a wolf crossed the path of a bridal party, precisely because of this faithfulness. Even though you may need to spend times in your life alone, you should know that you will also have times of companionship and togetherness. And this resonates so for me. I have my moon as well as my sun in Aries. So this absolutely resonates for me. My rising sign is Pisces. So for me, this is absolutely that. I have been so isolated, so on my own, and definitely learning. I am studying astrology at the moment, the traditional astrology, and there's such change in those areas of my life. So this absolutely resonates for me. So to give you a little bit more about the eclipses, when it is a lunar eclipse, it's about emotional changes, like releasing fears, the fear of being alone, or it's a culmination of a very negative situation that's been hanging around for a long time. Like letting go of a sorrow, something that has been sad and that has been difficult in your life. Relationships as well, because it's emotional, lunar, emotional, releasing a negative habit maybe in a relationship that you possibly have, because these eclipses bring in things, and at the same time they also release things. And we have, okay, so I was just checking on my solar fire here, and we have the North Node in Gemini. So it definitely is, the North Node is slightly more positive. It's where you're going, where you're growing. And releasing attachments, or releasing an attachment, would possibly be a thing that is felt on the inside because it's a lunar. And, you know, the third house deals with, because it is lunar, it would be dealing with thoughts and styles of thinking, how you learn, relationships with siblings, maybe that would come up or be important. It is a north node. It's not that much releasing, or your cousins and your neighbors. Third house is about your mentality as well, your duality, variety, and the adaptability and intellect, because it is Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which is that flexibility and adaptability. And then the duality, the other side of it, the ninth house, is your attitude towards your future, your spiritual belief systems that have been changing, your morals and your ethics, how you expand, because that's the house of Sagittarius for you, Aries, and that's ruled by Jupiter. So there's that expansion, freedom, manifesting, and also relationships with foreigners. That could be a thing that comes in your higher mind, your studies. Studying astrology. Astrology falls into the ninth house. Ideals, visions, wisdom. And you want to know the higher meaning of life and what is beyond your individuality. And that very much is to the fore here. So we start off with the beginning of the month, should I say, and that's the middle of the month, probably the 13th of November, and then the end of the month from there onwards. So here we have the Six of Wands starting off with. This is about being recognized for something, having had to go to war and come back victorious, something that you've battled, something that's been there for in the past, that's been there for a long time. But finally there's recognition here, and something puts you on high, and there's forward movement. Because we have this horse moving forward, moving towards the future with these flags, and he has this laurel that he holds on his wand of victory, of a battle, of a challenge, of something. But there's recognition because he is head and shoulders and body above everyone else, so he's held on high, recognized with something from the past. Then we have a choice that had to be made here, Two of Wands, where you were at a crossroads, almost feeling like, which way do I go? Because either way, there's a mountain to navigate there. You can't see the future. There you can see, but it's also blocked. It's just not easy to see where you need to go. But it is a choice. You have to make a sacrifice. You have to let go of one thing. And on either side, there's no right or wrong here. There's a choice that is made. It could be a choice with regards to career, just some situation that you have victory over, that you've been battling in the past, that has been really difficult, that hasn't given you much choice. You've actually been stuck there, and you haven't been able to make the move. But Spirit is saying either there is a deer on either side of this. There is strength on either side of movement to move forward with that fire energy. Fire reaches up. Fire has no boundary. Then we have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups could be your own energy or somebody you're dealing with. This could, we are in it's Scorpio energy. It could be a Scorpio as well because it is a water energy. But it could be either of the water signs, Cancer as well as Pisces. It could be somebody that is coming into your life to assist you with something and to change something here that you've been stuck in, that has been difficult, that you're being recognized finally for, or fighting for the recognition, and then a choice that is made. And this person comes, there's Saturn here. So Saturn, this is something that has endured for a long time. This person comes from the heart, or is strategic, diplomatic, makes changes on the outside. He is a king. For me, kings make changes on the outside if he's not a person. It's something that is emotionally fulfilling, but changes you from without as well, not just within. Otherwise, it's your own energy of being strategic, diplomatic, steadfast, making a change, being ready to offer your cup of love, to work from your heart, but to make changes on the outside. What is the message from Spirit in the middle of the month? And I feel that this is card number 13. It is a major arcana card. And I do feel on the 13th of November, there is some form of change for you, Aries, that will be significant. The eclipse is only on the 30th of November, 29th or 30th, and yet here on the 13th, there is a significant change. It's the rosebud that just blooms, that is surrendering for something new. It has to come to an end. Whatever this is down to the bare bones. It's a skeleton. It's dead. It cannot be revived anymore. There's the horse facing the past. It's done. Here's the surrender, moving forward. Everything has gone up in smoke. There's change. Something you've been defending. Something you've been fighting. Something you've wanted recognition in. And I said the third house is ruled by Mercury. Here we have the wings of Mercury. He had the wings. He's the messenger of God. In Greek mythology, or in mythology, he's the messenger, and he has the wings on to carry the messages. But he has the message of something that comes to an end, to bring about something new. Something that you've been stuck in, something you've wanted recognition for. And then what is hidden in all of this is that you've been taking stock of everything. It could be to do with your finances. It could be something that you put away, a choice, a decision that you made around your finances, what you invested in, what you've nurtured, what you've taken care of. But your little basket is empty. You've not had the rewards yet. And she's sort of looking at this, wanting to ascend that ladder and say, and the ladder is in the future, when is it time to actually enjoy the fruits of my labor? When is it actually time? The squirrel also plans for the winter. He nurtures and plans for the future. But here are, well, you're the ram, here sheep here, showing peace. And she's actually going to that ladder with her empty basket, looking at what is there and going to go and collect what she's sown, what she's nurtured, what she's waited for, taking stock of whatever as she's not enjoyed yet. It's empty. But it's in the future. It's coming in November. Then we move on to the Page of Cups. Now, for a general reading, this is normally information that is coming in, or it could be dealing with children or somebody that is younger. But it's the beginning steps of somebody offering love. There's the King. Here's the Page of Cups. Somebody offering something, offering an apology, offering love, a small offer, something that comes in, news that comes in, that it might be happy news, pleasant news that warms your heart. We do have ivy creeping. Ivy is, to me, is Saturn. It creeps along, it grows, it's slow, it's steady, and reaches. It keeps on reaching. He's also looking to the future. He's not looking at the offer. So you could be offered something, or waiting for an offer to come in still that hasn't come in yet. But here's the Star card. Card number 17, which is an 8 in astrology. That's a 4 for foundation to be built, because something has to end for something new to start. It can't start until it ends. And here's our 8. which is that power number. This is healing, hope, something that you've pegged your hopes on the stars. Maybe you've been ill. Here's your healing, being guided by the stars, just letting go of everything that doesn't serve you anymore, not worrying about it, not even in your vulnerability. She's sitting here on her knees, just letting go. She's completely brought down to her knees. It is the card of Aquarius as well. You could be dealing with Aquarius, or it could be Aquarius is ruled by Saturn as well. That something that Saturn has endured, you've endured through, and this would be Mars here because of Scorpio. Saturn and Mars are two malefics. Here's the faith and hope. We have fire and ice, fire and water, that bring the change and something calmer. There's the 8 again, 8 of Pentacles. That is such a beautiful card. The 8 of Pentacles, and year 17 is an 8 as well. So your hard work pays off. You've put so much time into trying to perfect something, and to Pentacles around your finances, but you've not been able to enjoy that yet. It's just been denied you continually. You've been blocked. But there's recognition that comes through here. These eclipses bring this to you, allow it through for you. You've sacrificed because you've been working so hard on whatever this is, that you put yourself in isolation and just focus on what you're working on. And that's the sad thing about choices. You have to let go of something. So you're putting your time and energy in something here. You don't have time for yourself. You don't enjoy life. And maybe your health has suffered. In my case, this has definitely been the story. Health has suffered. To the point of where it's even difficult for me to do what I love to do. And I think a lot of Aries are having that as well. It could also be all this corona nonsense that's going on. I say nonsense because I'm so over it. I think we all are. This year, 2020, double judgment year, as I called it, is just a year that has been horrendously difficult for everyone on every level of their life. But somehow, through all of this, Spirit brings us an awakening. And Aries, apologize if this is long. There we go. Something, there we go. Synonymous. That was something that was manipulative, deceitful, hurtful. Something, it's the devil card. Something in your past, that somebody did something to you. You self-sabotage yourself. You know, all these cards are the shadow side of ourselves as well. Where you were asleep and didn't realize. You were caught up in something. You were tied to something. But here's recognition and setting yourself free finally from something that has kept you bound to something that is just destroying you from within and without. Having the strength to get through this. So with that, Aries, I'm going to end this reading and say thank you once again. And thank you for your comments and for your time to view this. I really appreciate it. And I wish you all the best. My heart is with you. I know how difficult my story has been, and I will share that one day with you, possibly after November, once all of this comes to an end. Because it is time for change. It is time for things to end. It is time to actually reap what you've invested in and get the healing that we need. And to have the victory over something that has completely just blindsided us, manipulated us, allowed us to self-sabotage ourselves without even realizing it. We are human. You know, we have fated things, but then we also have willpower, which is things that our choices that we make ourselves, and our choices have not been honoring to ourselves. And you know, the universe comes in and clears it out to start something new with the healing. So Lots of love to you, Aries. Thank you.